He hits it in inside the post, and he puts it over the bar, and Kildare are back in front of this match again. Great game. The fans are finding it very, very compelling viewing this afternoon. Great catch by Sean Kavanagh, setting up Brian Dooher. A chance to put this one over the bar. He's done the needful, and it's 13 apiece again, level once more. A goal and 10 to 13 points. Dooher with his second. Kavanagh made it for him, but the ever-willing Brian Dooher from Clonmacnoise gets onto it and strikes it smartly between the sticks. There's Brian Flanagan, fouled it seemed by Joe McMahon. Referee allows an advantage. The challenge by Dooher works out. It comes as far as Mulligan, and there's a chance now to slip it down here as far as Brian McGuigan. Has his bearings, so clips it in as far as Stephen O'Neill, trying to turn back onto the left again. That's a beauty. Tyrone are back in front by 1. O'Neill's got 6. What a quarter-final this is. It's got everything. Rip-roaring tension, great finishing as well, superb play, wonderful individual skills, none better than O'Neill. Look at the turn, look at that for a score. Knocked down. Onto it again swiftly, there was Kelly. Out here it comes as far as Mick Foley, and a lovely kick, a brilliant kick. Mick Foley's first point of this year's championship over the bar. His 9th ever in a fine career. Today his 22nd championship match. There was the pass made for him there by Rob Kelly, out as far as Mick Foley, and the teams are level again. 59 minutes are gone in this contest. So now who's going to win it? Conor Gormley lazily onto it. The other number 6, Flanagan's after him. Can he make up the ground? Remember Conor Gormley getting the goal against Armagh, the Ulster Championship. Back to O'Neill, taking superb responsibility. That lethal left boot of his. Got 8 here against Dublin in the league, but this is the big stuff. This is the championship, and this is where O'Neill is once again excelling. It's won here by Brian Flanagan of Kildare. Back to Dermot Early. Movement ahead of him. Johnny Doyle peeling away from right across to left, followed there belatedly by Philip Jordan. Slipped in there towards Ken Donnelly, tries to get it onto his right, well blocked down. That's a great block, and there Ricey gets it out as far as McConnell, the goalkeeper, and they slip it forward as far as Joe McMahon. A great block that time. Well, you remember a great block that Tyrone had through Philip Jordan many years ago against Armagh. Stevie McDonnell that day towards the end of the All-Ireland final 2002. McMahon, whoever wins this particular quarter-final will be well fired up and well tuned for a semi-final against Cork, who had a facile win by comparison against Donegal. Gary White in here as far as Morgan O'Flaherty. 6 minutes are left to play. That's a fine catch, brilliantly done there by Brian McGuigan. Smith's trying to get it off him, but suddenly it's Tyrone who look commanding, controlled, composed. McMahon down there towards O'Neill, good running, slipping it back towards Justin McMahon again. What a kick by the fullback! That could be a winner. Justin McMahon from Omagh, hitting it over for his first ever point in championship football. Released by Stephen O'Neill, back to McMahon, who started it and certainly finished it. Picked up by Morgan O'Flaherty. Referee again blows his whistle. Free kick quickly taken by Johnny Doyle. Down as far as Kavanagh. 1 point in the first half, hasn't scored since. There'll be 1 minute of added time. Not too much time left as Kavanagh kicks, and Kavanagh's put it wide. Another wide. Another missed opportunity. And they are blowing it now at this stage. They've had every opportunity.
Yeah, that's uncharacteristic of Johnny Kavanagh. Again, should have scored that one. Again, got inside his marker very well, but should have put that one over the bar. They've scored a number of great opportunities in the last couple of minutes.
So what's going to be the result of this chat between referee and the two men? It's yellow cards for Hughes and yellow card for Early. So I make it 2 yellow cards for Kildare, Gary White and Dermot, 3, and McLaughlin as well, of course, and 2 for Tyrone, Conor Gormley and now Kevin Hughes. Well, Tyrone have created 31 scoring chances to 24 for Kildare so far. We've only got 30 seconds left. Morgan O'Flaherty has the free. It's everything now for Kildare. They've got to try and go and get a goal, or else bye-bye to Championship 2009. And the referee's going to bring the ball forward 13 metres.
Yeah, they want to just put it in there, take their chance, put it into the edge of the square.
All or nothing at this stage. There'll be no time left afterwards. There it is, in it goes. Held up to securely. Out came Jordan, out comes Davy Hart. Tyrone live on. The referee blows his whistle. It's all over. And Tyrone have beaten Kildare in a wonderful All-Ireland quarter-final. Kieran McGeeney's team did well. He can be proud. Missed a lot of opportunities, but they played some great football. More importantly, they put it up to Mickey Hart's team. And we had a genuine contest here at Croke Park this afternoon. Only 2 points between them at the finish. The crowd have enjoyed it. It's Tyrone who go on. Johnny Doyle's team go out. And it's got to be Tyrone against Cork. That should be some semi-final. Here this afternoon, it is victory for Tyrone, the All-Ireland champions. Tyrone 16 points. Kildare 1 goal and 11.
It certainly is the toughest we've had this year for sure, and probably it's the toughest championship match in a long while. Kildare came out to do a job and they did it very well. We still figured at half time we weren't dead and buried. We knew we had more left in the tank, so to speak. But you have to take your hat off to Brian Dooher here. I mean, the man is just a machine, and he's the catalyst that makes everything else happen. But that start of the second half was essential for us. We were a bit disappointed maybe missed 2 or 3 chances when we had that role, which could come back to bite you. But these boys are made of great stuff. Their experience told there to the last, and then the introduction of Brian McGuigan certainly steadied the ship as well.
It was not been tough for a long time, but thankfully got a couple of points at the end up to take us away from it.
You never seemed to panic though throughout the game.
No, well, we weren't great in the first half now. Kildare were full value for the lead at half time and probably should have been ahead a bit more. But in the second half we got back to a bit more basics and started working a bit harder, and thankfully it paid off for us and we got the scores whenever it mattered.
We're disappointed. We got it, in fact. We felt like, even though we played below par today, we probably played well enough to win it, but we didn't, and that's all that'll be remembered.
I'm sure when you were 4 points up at half time, you knew that the job wasn't even close to being done then, did you? I know,
we sort of knew Tyrone would always come back, but it's hard. We give the ball away very silly around the middle in that first 15 minutes. We weren't having a problem sort of winning possession, we were having a problem keeping it, and that was basically what cost us in the end.
Kevin, Max Day, was it the game of the championship so far?
I think it was, yeah. For me, yeah, I'd have to say it just had everything, Des. It captured your attention for the full 70 minutes plus. They gave everything, both sides gave everything, made a real contest of it, physicality, great scores, great misses if there's such a thing, loads of excitement. They just kept at it full on and never stopped off it. It was a great contest. I think we expected it, and both teams, it's terrible to have a loser, but there you go. Great game of football.
Yeah, Tony, yourself and Anthony, I think, a couple of weeks ago said here that if Tyrone are going to be caught, the quarter-final is the time to get them.
Yeah, I thought they might have been vulnerable, but like all great teams, they have top players. They do the right thing at the right time under pressure, and critically, I suppose, they've been in situations before where they're under pressure and they knew what to do, as opposed to Kildare. If Kildare were playing any other team today, I thought they would have won the game. Yeah. But critically for them, when the pressure came on, they gave away a lot of turnovers, and when it came to shooting under pressure, they just took the wrong shots under pressure, which Tyrone have the top players, and Kildare will get there eventually. They've made huge progress this year.
All right, Kevin, they started brilliantly, Kildare.
Yeah, they got themselves into a great place. McGeeney and his team deserve great credit. They got the matchups really well. Mick Foley took on McMahon and wiped them. Then they got the goal that gave them massive momentum. This is textbook. This is absolutely magnificent. You got to clear the middle, leave it to the man coming in at pace, and then dish when you get the free man. And like Sweeney does a lovely little shimmy. He's under pressure to finish that, Des. That's not simple. But Kavanagh does fierce well. Look at Sweeney peeling off his man, doing everything correct. Lovely little dummy here on the floor into the net. And that gives Kildare great momentum. They're now in a good place in terms of taking on Tyrone. They're playing from in front, they're leading. And all their play has the look of a team that's well up for the All-Ireland champions, well up for them. Kavanagh swings over a beauty, and everything they're doing is good. It's controlled, and management have to be really pleased. Then, you throw in Doyle from a sideline ball. Now you're in a really strong position. +4 at half-time, and they're looking really good.
Maybe half-time came at the wrong time, Tony, because the start of the second half, Tyrone were on fire.
They blitzed them. They just showed the experience they have. You know, at half-time, it was 6 points to 1-7, and you thought, well, they did everything right in the first half. All they have to do is tag on the points, keep attacking. But Tyrone answered them. They really played well. Mulligan and O'Neill in particular really blitzed them in the full forward line. And here we can see from the graphic where they scored the 5 points that the full forward, Owen Mulligan and Stephen O'Neill scored. Typical Tyrone, worked the ball, very controlled into the full forward line. O'Neill was out in front. Here we see Dooher. Mickey Hart spoke about him a while ago. He's always in the right place at the right time. Penrose, pinpoint pass, poor enough marking, but 14 yards out over the bar. But all the work had to go in to get him into that position. Here they go again, wins the break at midfield. Sean Kavanagh lays it out. That's Philly Jordan, Davy Hart, puts the ball in again, and who's out there again? On Mulligan, who is looking flying fit, actually. In fact, I thought he looked as fresh today as I've seen him for years. Kicked the ball over the bar on a very hard thing to do. Here we go again. Some of these are turnovers, and I think that's what Kieran McGeeney was talking about. Joe McMahon wins the ball, but turnovers, they shouldn't have done that. They should have silky fingers and laid the ball off. Here we see Penrose again, looks up, looks for his go-to players. O'Neill, or Owen Mulligan, has the strength to push off the man. That's a super point. Super point. And here we go again, the ball up the field. Kildare have the ball in possession, but critically again, they lose possession. Like, they shouldn't have lost that. He should have turned and laid it back out. From the kick out, the ball is worked straight up the field. PJ Quinn has the ball, works it out to the wing, and straight away that ball is worked in by O'Neill into the corner. There you are, Penrose again, beats his man, pull down, simple tap over free. Like, that's 6 frees in a row from scoreable positions, all within the first 6.5 minutes to put them a point up. And look, when you're under pressure, who are you looking for? You're looking for Sean Kavanagh, you're looking for the likes of Brian Dooher, and here you have a resurgent Owen Mulligan over the bar. Now, any team looking at that this evening will look at the Tyrone team and say, it's a freshness that we haven't seen for Tyrone for a while. They look good.
That gave Tyrone a slight edge, Kevin, but Kildare still had lots of possession and chances near the end.
Absolutely. You know, you have to say they never stopped. I mean, that blitz would have put a lot of teams back on their feet, but they kept playing. Now, we're calling this poor execution. For a while we considered talking about, well, it could be inexperience or it's a poor decision making, but it's not, because there's a lot of experienced players involved here. The decision to shoot is the correct one. It just is poor execution.
But are they forced to shoot from
Of course, because the blanket's pushing them out. And there's the time pressure. They're trailing in the game. It's very important moments in the game. And these are all pressure moments. And Kildare kept repeating the key plays. They weren't getting the scores, and they weren't keeping the pressure on them. And of course, Tyrone are going to wait. They're going to absorb that, and then they're going to take their own chances.
This is the contrast. This is what we're looking for, right? Kildare must get to this place where they can get the ball into the likes of Johnny Doyle and these lads in the full forward line in scoreable positions. Here we see Gormley going in. He has no way in. So what does he do? Turn back, and straight away O'Neill is there for him. They go to the go-to players, to the players they know can score. But lads, if you're a good footballer, you're a good footballer. We're giving out about back shooting. Justin McMahon comes up the field, 45 yards out.
That really kills
on his right foot, and good night, Irene. Over the bar, beautiful score. Very hard to beat Tyrone because they have the players that can react.
Would Justin do that 9 times out of 10?
Well, he did it today. That's all that counts.
That it counts. Yeah. It was a great score. All right then, Kevin. Who are the nominees for Man of the Match?
Well, when you look at it, you have to feel that Owen Mulligan had a major part to play. Tony spoke about him, and he was tremendous. There's no question about that. I also felt for Tyrone, we had a really good look at, on the Kildare side, for Johnny Doyle. I really liked the way he played. And Stephen O'Neill was, back to something like we know he can play, and marvellous performance from him too.
All right, Tony.
Well, we picked Stephen O'Neill as man of the match. I thought he was man of the match. I thought he was superb in everything he did. He looked hungry. He was showing for the ball. He scored 7 points, 2 from frees, and he just looked sparkling today. He looked fresh as a daisy. He looked like the Stephen O'Neill we knew a couple of years ago before he retired. He looked like the Stephen O'Neill who played Dublin under lights there at the start of the year, back from injury. And any full-back will really have his hands full marking him the way he is today.
Fantastic.
OK, good stuff from him. Let's hear from the man of the match then, Stephen O'Neill.
Ian Corbett of Toyota Ireland is going to present our GAA Football Championship Man of the Match. Stephen O'Neill with his award.
Congratulations, Stephen. Well played. Thank you.
Well done, Stephen. Is that the kind of game that Tyrone needed to really test their mettle this year?
I think it was. It was great preparation for the semi-final, but we knew it was going to be tough anyway. Thankfully, we started a bit better in the second half than we did in the